Welcome to Michael Gill's Whiskey Channel, as I'm calling it now. Known for many years as Whiskey Ace, but thanks to Google and wanting you to be with one account, it's easier to find me now under Michael Gill. So moving on through our series, just leading up to Christmas, we have been doing single malt and food pairings. And being it's almost Christmas, I thought we'd do something a bit sort of British traditional, or quirky, as we're sometimes known, we always have Christmas cake with cheese. Always have cheese with cake, always. For some reason, Canadians, Americans seem to think that's kind of odd sometimes. Or maybe they think I'm odd because I think single malt whiskey pairs better with cheese than wine does. But I'm biased. Anyway, so what I thought we would have is a more sweet single malt to go with all this Christmas fare, all the desserts anyway. This is Nectar d'Or from Glenmorangie. Glenmorangie is one of my favorite distilleries in that they do try to give you a lot of different cask expressions. And Sauternes is actually one of my favorites. And it's funny, if you go back in history, 1900, 1910, 1920, in that area, many distilleries in Scotland would get their casks from France, and it would be a wine cask. If they were affordable, they would definitely get Sauternes or Barsac. What is Sauternes? If you don't know, it's a very famous French wine. That it's where they pick the grapes very late, so an awful lot of sugar. It's a big cloying sweet wine that is particularly popular around Christmas. So without further ado, let's get to on the nose, honey, apricots or peaches, a little bit of vanilla, a tiny bit of spice that you always seem to get from this distillery, regardless of the cask. There's always a little bit of spice on there. It's a Highland. Okay, let's just have a little nibble on the fruitcake. As you know, I always have them together. That's amazing. And then a little bit of cheese. The cheese, what I've done is I've stuck with the British tradition, just before I nibble on it, I'll tell you, in that where I've always said no contrast whatsoever, I don't like two tastes battling each other. In Britain, they've always said tawny, port, and Stilton. So it makes sense that if they think that, Sauternes would probably go well with Stilton too. It's a contrast. I won't do that exactly, but what I did find was I found some Stilton, in Canada especially. I'm not sure about other countries if you're doing it yet, finding it, but in Canada, a lot of Stilton now comes with mango. And this has actually got bits of mango and ginger in it. So I thought mango for the fruit, the spice with the ginger, and a little bit of that strong Stilton. So let's try that. See, I find that a marriage. Stilton has definitely been toned down to be more fruity, not as tangy. I'm trying to talk, and it's a cheese that does cloy on your palate a little bit, but still, they work perfectly. Okay, so what else have I got to tell you before Christmas? Hope you've bought a copy of Whiskey Affair, my new novel. It's very different, 80% fiction, 20% fact, true whiskey fact. I think it's the first, really. I'm not sure there's another whiskey spelled KY novel. Maybe some EYs where they're referring to bourbon. But anyway, great read if you love whiskey over Christmas. And I'll probably not be back until the new year. We have just surpassed 20,000 hits on this channel, which is amazing. Thank you so much to all my subscribers, which there are now plenty, and to everybody that's coming on and having a look. So, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, see you in January. Bye.